So my wife and I went on a 6-day trip to Vietnam. We went to Hanoi, Da Nang, and Ho Chi Minh. All three are the most famous cities for traveling. Honestly, three cities in 6 days is not quite an in-depth travel. We only went to some famous spots, experienced some of the sights and food. That's all. My wife liked it. Me, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. I will give you the reasons at the end of the video. Now, let me unpack the whole trip in this video. Okay, if you're new here, my name is Will. I make videos for some tech and lifestyle videos based on my real experience with genuine thoughts and opinions. If my videos have helped you or you enjoyed them, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Our first stop is Hanoi, where we arrived in the afternoon, then took a bus to our hotel. It was quite a long distance, which would cost big to take a taxi or Grab. So the consequences of taking the bus are spending a lot of time waiting for the bus and a long time on the bus. The bus ticket is cheap, but it would be jam-packed with people before taking off. Then we found a restaurant hidden in the alley, and we were surprised to find that Antony Blinken had been there once. And of course, this would be the selling point of this restaurant. Anyway, the food was good. We ordered 2 pho, and they were good. Hanoi is the capital of Vietnam, so everything is more vibrant there, I would say. But it does not mean it is modern. The central area of Hanoi is a combination of high-end shops in very old buildings. Among all the cities I've been to, Hanoi is the least modern looking, I would say. I would probably get a lot of hate comments on this statement, but that's just how I felt. So the places we have visited are the railway shops, the cathedral, and the old palace. The railway shops is the place where all the shops line up at the sides of the railway. They are offering drinks and some food with all these flashy lights and stuff. We sat down and enjoyed a drink there and took a few photos. It's a nice place for photos, but extremely crowded. Then the cathedral, we took some photos outside, then walked in and sat there for a bit. Very nice place actually. What we did go is a coffee shop that is very old. It says the owner is the very first person who invented egg coffee. Well, the egg coffee was indeed very tasty, but one thing I didn't like was that it was using instant coffee powder, not fresh coffee. Maybe I'm just nitpicking, but I do love fresh coffee more. Then we went to the old palace, which was really old, with just a few old buildings there and a museum for the war history. I didn't like it much. We also enjoyed some coffee and sat down in the park around the river. It was nice and peaceful. Funny thing, the day we left Hanoi, there was a road that was flooded by water and a large part of the road. There wasn't any rain those days actually, but the drain was just jammed. And by the way, the traffic in Hanoi is really bad. Da Nang was the second place we went. It is a city at the seaside, famous for the beach, the Buddha's hand, and the French-style town. The town is on top of a mountain, like a really high up there. The only way to get there is to take the cable car. It was a long ride. There were towers in between to sort of do the relay work. And when it reached a certain height, there was literally cloud around the car. The experience is magical. It felt like we were riding in the sky. Then we arrived at the town, saw some very European-style buildings and some temples. So it is really a mix of Western and Eastern. It says it is because Vietnam was governed by the French a long time ago. Then the war brought the influence from America, together with the old Buddhist culture, which makes the culture very diverse. We had some banh mai, the sandwich there. It was not as delicious as the first banh mai we ate in Hanoi. Well, it was a tourist site. What more can you ask for? After that, we went to the Buddha's Hand Bridge. It was very crowded because it is very famous. And yes, it is kind of impressive that they made the bridge and the Buddha's hand together. I haven't looked into the meaning behind it, so if you know, let me know in the comment section. The next day, we rented a motorbike and rode to a town called Hoi An. It was a 40 minutes ride and it felt so long because I was not quite comfortable riding there. The traffic looked insane to me. The town is small with many local shops selling all kinds of goods and many coffee shops and good restaurants actually. We took a walk, then went ahead to try the coconut boat. The river is big and there are tons of coconut boats on it. People are having such a fun time there. Then we had some very good food and then a coconut coffee, all very tasty. Then we head back, chilled a little bit at the beach. So one thing we want you to know is that the airport and flight arrangements are very bad in Vietnam. Our flight from Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh was delayed for 3 hours, even though it is just a 1-hour flight. We have many friends who have had the same experience before, which is an awful experience. So if you go to Vietnam, be prepared for this. Our last destination is Ho Chi Minh, and honestly, I heard more about this city than Hanoi, but there weren't as many sightseeing places there, and arriving in Ho Chi Minh after midnight just completely messed up my energy. I woke up at 7 a.m. without any energy. We walked to a famous restaurant for some pho, then headed straight back for a power nap. Then in the afternoon, we did a city walk again, visited some famous places like the cathedral, the post office, etc. Then we bought some souvenirs and headed back to the hotel. Sleep and wait for the flight back home. So what do I think about the trip to Vietnam? Do I like Vietnam? Unfortunately, I don't like Vietnam that much. I probably won't go back there again. First of all, I'm not a fan of hot, humid weather. Almost all Southeast Asia countries are hot and humid. So I would sweat a lot, lose appetite for the food, drink a lot of unhealthy, sugary liquids. It's not good for my body, I think. Then the cities are dirty and unorganized. Hanoi is the worst. The city is old and a bit chaotic. Motorbikes running around like crazy. I don't like it. However, Vietnam is not completely unattractive. People are modest. I felt it. It is definitely safer than Thailand. So if you want to travel to Southeast Asia, Vietnam is definitely still a good place to go. I'm sorry that my travel vlog does not end like other people's, as they are just enjoying every single thing like movies. I'm sharing my views from what I see, at least I'm not lying. Alright, if you like this vlog, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks and peace.